This Monday, CBS has the laughs with The Neighborhood.
Hey, neighbor.
And Papa's House.
My house.
A night of comedy legends.
It's true. I am the master.
New episodes of The Neighborhood and Papa's House. CBS Monday, 8, 7 Central, and streaming on Paramount+.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wakey, wakey. Sunday morning football is back in Germany. Live from Munich. Giants, Panthers. Sunday, November 10th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, only on NFL Network.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger, piled up high with nearly half a pound of beef. Or you could settle for just some other burger at a drive-thru. Anyway, gonna need some room, cause the 3 for Me still fills up the table with the bottomless drink, all the famous Chili's chips and salsa you can eat, and is still the best deal around at just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
The season finale is upon us! Dog food in thy fridge?
It's not dog food, it's fresh pet. Real meat, real veggies.
For thy beast?
There's always a betrayal in the finale.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
My buddy JB breaks down the latest NFL action Monday on CBS Mornings.
Gasoline to power our cars, our tractors, our way of life. So why is a city slicker from Miami, Elizabeth Groppe, okay banning gas-powered vehicles? Extremists like Groppe want to eliminate fossil fuels, robbing hard-working families, farmers, and small businesses of their vehicles. Miami Liz's radical ideas hurt our families and our main streets. Don't let Groppe get away with it. Born and raised right here. Todd Novak is our independent voice for common sense, protecting our way of life.
Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Kamala wouldn't change a thing? Their weakness invited wars, welfare for illegals, while Americans struggle. Now Kamala wants higher taxes on top of higher prices. We can't afford 4 more years of Kamala.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
All right, Tina, 6 is hard to beat.
Not for us.
Okay, not soccer, but...
Football.
Yes. We honeymooned here.
Mallorca.
Yes. Pass.
No, we don't pass, Tina. Come on.
They help give you more.
A tax professional.
And they have a 97% satisfaction rating.
Salami?
You could have done it in a British accent.
That's helpful, Randy.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
With the first pick in the Jersey Mike's catering box draft, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
The Jersey Mike's catering box, a sub above.
Question. If you can't see what's behind all this, how do you already know? It's Jeep. The same way you know if a T-Rex is chasing a Jeep Wrangler.
It's getting away.
And if you can limit screen time while expanding it, you just know. Because when you're an original, there's only one.
Right now, get $3,000 bonus cash allowance or get 0% financing on most 2024 Jeep Wrangler gas-powered models. Jeep, there's only one.
Good morning, everybody.
Danny, what are you doing up there?
Watching the fresh morning prep, the sizzling bacon, the slicing of the tomatoes, the popping of the fresh lettuce. You know, my lease says I get free subs. Freshly prepped every morning. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Hey, PGA Tour fans. Grab exclusive gear to rep your favorite tournaments. No matter what you're doing, whether you're on or off the course. Choose from apparel and accessories for men, women, and children. All year round. Shop official tournament designs you can't find anywhere else. Scan the QR code or visit PGATourFanshop.com.
Touchdown. Oh, yeah. Touchdown.
Fletcher walks in, touchdown, Miami.
dropped the price of every footlong in the app to $6.99. Wait, Subway did what? $6.99 footlong? Yep, says it right there. Get any footlong for just $6.99 in the Subway app.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More.
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
Colbert's New with Tom Hanks, Seth Meyers, and Robin Wright this week on CBS.
Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Kamala wouldn't change a thing? Their weakness invited wars, welfare for illegals, while Americans struggle. Now Kamala wants higher taxes on top of higher prices. We can't afford 4 more years of Kamala.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
We're often asked,
is it really free to hire Gruber Law Offices?
The answer is yes. The call, the consultation, free. You pay nothing until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Right now, as Badgers paint the town red for homecoming, we take you to one tailgate offering more than just burgers and hot dogs. Also, with a little more than a week until Election Day, we're looking at the celebrity star power stumping in Wisconsin. Plus, how a program at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse is preparing students for a career in the culinary arts. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. And to my fellow Badgers, happy homecoming. The game is set to start any minute now, but as the homecoming festivities started earlier today, one tailgate used the large crowds as an opportunity to bring awareness to opioid overdoses. Our Ellie LaLiberte was at the event today and shows us what organizers are trying to do to help.
Instead of things like hot dogs and hamburgers at this tailgate, you'll find Narcan. It's the emergency treatment for an opioid overdose. The Ready to Rescue initiative is working to help break the stigma around opioid emergencies and helping to teach the community on how to respond. More than 80,000 people in the U.S. die from opioid overdoses every year, about 1,500 right here in Wisconsin. But this tailgate works to recognize the signs of an opioid emergency, the importance of raising awareness for college-age students, and how to use and access Narcan.
It's so important for us to find engaged audiences and really be able to provide meaningful education, meaningful information to them so that ultimately they can make the choice to be prepared.
Narcan is available over the counter and can be found at places like Walgreens and CVS. UW-Madison also has 12 locations on campus where you can get it for free. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10, I speak with a mother who lost her sons to an overdose and how she's trying to now raise awareness. Reporting in Madison, Ellie LaLiberte, News 3 Now. Ellie, thank you. Let's get a look at those first warn forecasts with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Hey, Blaze, if people are heading out to the game tonight, might need to bundle up a little, right?
Yeah, maybe take a light jacket. You know, we sent a little push alert to your phone if you have the News 3 Now weather app, letting you know that while kickoff here, we're expecting temperatures to be right around 51, 52 degrees, and we're a little bit cooler than that, actually, in the Madison area. We're at 48, but we are at 52 in Beloit. So, yeah, light jacket tonight and through any of the after-game kind of festivities, you'll definitely want that light jacket, as clear to mostly clear conditions are going to allow our temperatures to quickly cool off into the 40s and then further into the low to mid 30s by early Sunday morning. But let's jump ahead to next week, because we're going to remain quiet for the rest of this weekend. Monday, Tuesday, we have isolated rain chances, but Wednesday looks like the best chance for more widespread, maybe soaking rain for southern Wisconsin. We're also going to be watching carefully if we have to make Wednesday an alert day, as a cold front is going to be cutting through the area, with temperatures expected to be in the upper 70s, if not the low 80s. We could have enough ingredients to maybe squeeze out a severe thunderstorm or two as this line pushes through Wisconsin beginning early Wednesday afternoon at the earliest through at least the evening and overnight hours, wrapping up by early Thursday morning, if not by the late morning hours. And an additional maybe quarter to 3/4 of an inch of rain will be possible, which is some great news because it has been a very dry October here across essentially all of the state. But tonight, though, we're remaining dry, as I said, we'll eventually settle into those 30s. We're going to track out even more rain chances in the extended forecast.
Blaze, thank you. We will check back in soon. A man turned himself in early this morning after allegedly biting part of another man's finger off outside of a downtown Madison bar. Madison police officers were approaching the Soto nightclub on North Henry Street just after 2 a.m. when they were told a 23-year-old man had had his finger bitten off. He was taken to a local hospital for further treatment. Police identified a 34-year-old man as a suspect. He left the scene before officers arrived. Police said he later turned himself in. The man faces several charges, including battery, disorderly conduct, and causing mayhem. A Grand Marsh man died Friday morning after his vehicle collided with a semi-truck in the township of Del Prairie. It happened just after 6 this morning near the intersection of State Highway 23 and County Highway B. The man was identified as 34-year-old Glenn Tosh of Grand Marsh. He died at the scene. The driver of the semi was taken to the hospital. And Madison police are still looking for information after a person fired a gun inside Westtown Mall Friday morning. Police said 2 people were near a cell phone store when one of them pulled out a gun and fired a single shot at the other. Those 2 people then allegedly ran out of the mall and got into a car. No injuries were reported, but several stores went into lockdown following the incident. And as police continue to investigate, anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers. That phone number is 608-266-6014. On the second to last weekend before Election Day, the presidential candidates are vying for votes in Michigan, which could hold the key to victory. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides reports from Miami.
Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris returned to Michigan to fight for the state's 15 pivotal electoral votes.
I'm here today with a message of hope for all Americans. With your vote in this election, we will end inflation. And you know what? It's we, not me. We will stop the invasion of criminals into our country, and I will bring back the American dream for your children and for yourself.
It is a people-powered campaign. We will win because we know what we stand for, so we know what to fight for.
In Kalamazoo Saturday, the Democratic presidential nominee is campaigning for the first time with former First Lady Michelle Obama.
In this amazing woman, our Vice President of the United States, the next President of the United States.
Harris and Trump are trying to woo Michigan's more than 8 million registered voters, including a large Arab American and Muslim population, keeping a close eye on Israel's war against Hamas. The former president was set to later appear in State College, Pennsylvania, as the candidates shuttle back and forth between battleground states. On Sunday, Trump returns to his hometown, New York, to hold a rally at Madison Square Garden. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Now, Pennsylvania has 19 electoral college votes that are also widely considered essential to reaching the 270 needed to win the White House. In 2020, both Pennsylvania and Michigan flipped to Joe Biden, helping lead him to victory over the incumbent President Donald Trump. As the sprint to Election Day continues, Wisconsin stays at the center of the race with a slew of campaign visits coming up. Democratic vice presidential nominee Governor Tim Walz will return to the dairy state next week in a push to boost early voting here in Wisconsin. The Harris-Walz campaign announced that visit on Saturday. Walz will make a stop in Waukesha Monday morning and will end the day in Manitowoc. The Republican mayor of Waukesha, Sean Riley, recently endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris. And Vice President Kamala Harris is scheduled to hold a rally on UW-Madison's campus on Wednesday. Harris will be joined by musicians like Gracie Abrams, Mumford & Sons, Remy Wolf, and members of the band The National. An exact time and place for that rally have yet to be released. And meanwhile, former President Donald Trump will host 2 rallies in the Badger State next week. He is scheduled to speak in Green Bay on Wednesday. He'll be joined there by former Green Bay Packers quarterback Brett Favre at the Resch Center. Trump will also be in Milwaukee on Friday for a rally at the Pfizer Forum. That's the same venue where he was nominated at the Republican National Convention this summer. And we also just learned his vice presidential nominee, J.D. Vance, will speak in Wausau on Monday. All that star power in town comes as celebrities on both sides of the aisle are making their final endorsements ahead of Election Day. Just last night, Beyonce appeared at a Harris rally in Houston. She joins other pop stars like Taylor Swift and billionaires like Bill Gates and Mark Cuban in supporting the Harris Walls ticket. Our Ellie LaLiberte sat down with Cuban today to talk about the rising star power and how it could impact the election in this final stretch.
People who have had success, I think, can send a message that here's what's important to me. And if it's important to you, go out and vote. It's really just about get out the vote. And I think that's what's going to make the difference in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania.
Now, Trump has also seen an outpouring of celebrity support recently. He has musicians like Kid Rock and Jason Aldean in his corner, along with billionaire Elon Musk and former NASCAR racer Danica Patrick. Coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, we take you inside a culinary program in La Crosse, Wisconsin, looking to offer a new set of careers to the community. That's coming up after the break.
For over 30 years, Denver Mattress has been improving the sleeping lives of millions, one night at a time. And during the pre-Black Friday sale, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
I'm sick and tired of getting ripped off by career politicians. And Tammy Baldwin, she's one of the worst. Baldwin's in bed with Wall Street. While she sleeps in her girlfriend's $1 million condo in New York City, Wisconsin families are getting hammered by high inflation and handouts for illegal immigrants. Tammy and her girlfriend are living large while Wisconsin families foot the bill. Frankly, it's time for Tammy Baldwin to go.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
How extreme is Todd Novak? He thinks a woman's most private medical decisions should be up to him. Todd Novak has a 100% anti-abortion rating. He supports letting politicians ban abortion with no exceptions for rape, incest, or to save a woman's life. And Todd Novak authored the law to ban abortion here in Wisconsin. Elizabeth Grabe will defend abortion rights. She knows private medical decisions are between women and their doctors.
We know what Joan Ballwig wants to do. Ban abortion and birth control. That's it. That's her plan. Sarah Kieski is focused on bringing costs down, and she has real plans to lower the cost of healthcare and housing, prescription drugs, and to cut your taxes. So if you want a candidate focused on banning abortion and birth control, that's Joan Ballwig. For everyone else, there's Sarah Kieski. She's running for state senate to finally bring costs down.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Eric Hovde owns a $3 billion California bank. That's right, he owns it.
And a $7 million mansion on the beach.
Eric Hovde proposed $4 trillion in new tax breaks for rich guys just like him.
And to pay for it, Hovde would cut Social Security by 28%.
Slash Medicare 25%.
And veterans benefits 40%.
Outrageous. Now we know what's wrong with Eric Hovde. This guy is not for us.
For over 30 years, Denver Mattress has been improving the sleeping lives of millions, one night at a time. And during the pre-Black Friday sale, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. In La Crosse, the Culinary Arts Academy is a capstone course offering for students interested in culinary, hospitality, and tourism careers. And while the program is still in its infancy, it's already leaving a lasting impact. Allison Forget has more.
Hospitality and tourism industry is one of the biggest industries in our economy, and there's always a need for people to go into that. So it's a great way to offer students kind of a exploration pathway into what those careers might look like.
La Crosse's Culinary Arts Academy, preparing students for their next steps after high school.
It is something that we have been working on for the last nearly 2 years, but been able to kick off this fall.
Using curriculum from a national food service program, students learn advanced kitchen skills that they can bring into a professional setting. While cooking techniques are a focus, the overall goal of the academy is to make students career ready.
We also focus a lot on what does it look like to be a professional in hospitality and tourism. So really working on professionalism, communication, teamwork, working under pressure.
The academy came to be thanks in part to an agreement with Western Technical College. When Western dissolved its culinary program, Rotarine proposed that the La Crosse School District use the space.
Our facilities in our high schools are residential kitchens, and while they work well, they are limited to what we can do. So having access to a multi-million-dollar industrial culinary space is truly a gift.
It feels more professional, and so I think the students act more professional.
And students are already seeing growth in both their cooking and communication skills.
Some of our classmates don't go to the same school as me, so like communicating with them was like a hard thing. Further on, we got to know each other and communicating more and making our dishes way better.
Although the academy is still in its first few months, the district and students say interest is spreading.
We have like a lot of people wanting to join for next year, so I think it's going to grow more in the future.
Participating students also have the opportunity to go through an apprenticeship program with local businesses in the culinary field. The academy is open to juniors and seniors in the La Crosse School District. When we return from the break, Blaze Keller is back with a complete look of your firstborn forecast.
Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Kamala wouldn't change a thing? Their weakness invited wars, welfare for illegals, while Americans struggle. Now Kamala wants higher taxes on top of higher prices. We can't afford 4 more years of Kamala.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
We need leadership focused on addressing rising costs, prioritizing quality schools. But Elizabeth Grabi, endorsed by a group that would take power away from local school boards and put state bureaucrats in charge. And Grabi's backed by extremists who wanted to defund the police. Elizabeth Grabi, dangerously out of touch. Todd Novak is our trusted independent voice, helping families with rising costs, delivering funding for local law enforcement and emergency services, investing in rural broadband and our schools. Todd Novak for Assembly.
When I was 27, I was diagnosed with MS. That's life-altering news. I had to prioritize my health and start taking medication. Back then, these cost $6,000 a year. Now the generics cost 5 times that. Senator Baldwin claims she's fighting to lower drug prices, but she's taking millions from Big Pharma and works for them. I'm not taking their money. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I'll fight the corruption and lower drug prices because I've lived it.
Donald Trump intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations, to cut Social Security and Medicare, to impose what is in effect a national sales tax. When I am president, I will bring down the cost of groceries. My tax plan will give 100 million more Americans a tax cut. And unlike Donald Trump, I will always put the middle class and working families first.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
The kindness, the efficiency, the respect was amazing.
From start to finish, they will take care of you.
Everybody is just so kind and everybody's so cheerful. I just never worked with a company where everybody seems to get along and they're all happy to be working for Cardinal.
Cardinal is the place to go for any type of work that you need done around your home.
I never hesitate with family, friends, neighbors to recommend Cardinal, and nobody has come back to me and said I was wrong.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it.
He did it. It was pretty devastating.
He is bragging about the rights that he stole from American women, and Trump is promising to do more. In Project 2025,
they are restricting birth control,
tracking pregnant women, enforcing a nationwide abortion ban. The government should get out of my business.
Stay out of my business.
That's not the government's business.
In America, women make their own decisions.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Welcome back. Well, let's get a look at your firstborn forecast. Meteorologist Blaze Keller is here. Blaze, rain?
That's right. We have had very little rain across not only southern Wisconsin, but across the state for the month of October. In fact, in the Madison area, it is our 10th driest October 1st through October 22nd on record. If we saw no more rain, which we are going to see some rain, so that is some good news. But if we saw no more rain through the end of the month, this would be Madison's 7th driest October on record. And I think that extends the fact that this is a very dry October beyond just the Madison area, across a lot of the state. And that's the reason why now nearly 80% of Wisconsin is suffering from moderate drought conditions. This is this light brown here. When you get into this brown-orange color, that's severe drought conditions, and that's now up to 30% of the state based on our drought monitor data that was published back on Thursday of this last week. So we desperately need some rain. And the good news is not only do we see rain in the short term, but we also see possibly an uptick in rain in the long term as well. This is towards the end of our extended forecast from the 1st of November through the 5th. But Wisconsin, a lot of us lying in that 30 to 40% chance, if not 40 to 50% chance of seeing an uptick in precipitation chances from the 1st through the 5th, which is some great news because, as you just saw, we really need a lot of rain, not only to combat the drought in the short term, but if we can get in that moisture before the ground freezes as we go into winter, that sets us up for a better growing season next spring for our farmers. So why are we seeing an uptick in rain chances? Well, we've sort of broken down the high pressure system that was otherwise blocking systems coming in off of the Pacific into parts of the United States. We also continue to see high pressure systems set up here, and that allows for a tunnel of southerly winds to really channel a lot of moisture back up into parts of the plains as well as the Great Lakes, which is what we may see happen as we look ahead to next weekend. We already talked about the rain chances Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this upcoming work week, but let's look beyond that into more of kind of fantasy land where there's a little bit more room for error, but this is what one model is picking up on and why we're seeing that uptick in rain chances in the Climate Prediction Center and in our forecast, because these southerly winds from low pressure systems coming in out of the west and high pressure systems sitting here, they move a lot of that moisture back up into parts of the Great Lakes. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that this happens so that we can get a lot of that rain and a lot of that moisture back into the ground. Because when you look at precipitable rain over the last month, there's only been 4 days in the Madison area, the 4th, the 12th, the 13th, and the 24th. Our total accumulation is about 3.4 inches of rain. Our average October rainfall is 2.25 inches of rain. So we haven't even seen 20% of our average October rainfall. However, it has been a very wet year for Wisconsin as a whole and for Madison as a whole as well. And a lot of Wisconsin is still operating with a surplus of rain. So I don't want to necessarily say it's bad news with the drought, but we certainly need some more rain in the short term. We're also going to see our temperatures climb back up to 20 to 25 degrees above average as we look ahead to next Tuesday into Wednesday. That's when that cold front passes, which is why we could see some severe weather actually Wednesday into Thursday. So stay with News 3 Now. We'll keep you updated. We haven't issued an alert day yet, but as temperatures flirt with almost 80 degrees both days, we do have a lot of those necessary ingredients. And with Halloween right around the corner, we are not going to be near the hottest temperature ever recorded or the coldest. We'll probably be somewhere in between, right around seasonal. The seasonal average is about 52 degrees, and we are right at 52 degrees. So we're looking at a pretty seasonal Halloween this year. But again, all eyes are on that kind of thunderstorm chance, especially Wednesday. So stay with News 3 Now. We'll keep you updated if we do see any severe weather chances on the horizon.
Well, hopefully they can stay away for the trick-or-treaters.
Yes, we do look to dry out in time for the trick-or-treaters to get all the candy.
But I do think 52 degrees, that builds character for trick-or-treaters.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Put a little long sleeve under it, even though you don't want to. Mom says you should.
You got to stay safe.
All right. Thanks, Blaze. Still to come on News 3 Now, Wisconsin volleyball travels to Purdue for a top 10 showdown. That's next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You have a clear choice in this election. Senator Baldwin is a 38-year career politician. I'm a businessman and job creator. She supports taxpayer benefits for illegal immigrants. I'll close the border. Tammy wants to put guys and girls sports in their bathrooms. I'll protect our daughters. Senator Baldwin abuses the political system. I'll fight the corruption. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I'd be honored to have your vote.
Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Kamala wouldn't change a thing? Their weakness invited wars, welfare for illegals, while Americans struggle. Now Kamala wants higher taxes on top of higher prices. We can't afford 4 more years of Kamala.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Announcing the winners of Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Congratulations to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse for their wins in the food and drink category, including gold for Best Barbecue. See all the winners on MadisonMagazine.com.
For 52 years, they've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states. I did a great service in doing it.
You want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women suffering from a miscarriage being denied care in an emergency room because the healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's bleeding out in a car in the parking lot. The freedom to make decisions about one's own body should not be made by the government.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad. How extreme is Todd Novak? He thinks a woman's most private medical decisions should be up to him. Todd Novak has a 100% anti-abortion rating. He supports letting politicians ban abortion with no exceptions for rape, incest, or to save a woman's life. And Todd Novak authored the law to ban abortion here in Wisconsin. Elizabeth Grabe will defend abortion rights. She knows private medical decisions are between women and their doctors.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I am a strong believer in pro-life. I am totally opposed to abortion.
Eric Hovde supports abortion bans. Republican extremists in the Senate already want to ban abortion nationwide. No exceptions for rape or incest. They want more anti-abortion judges, and to even make birth control and IVF illegal.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
We can't trust Eric Hovde.
The final sprint to Election Day is on, and News 3 Now this morning is focused on the races and the policies that matter to you, the voter.
We're taking a look at both sides of the issues and where the candidates stand so you can cast your vote with confidence.
3 for the people, only on News 3 Now.
As we speak, Wisconsin football is looking for their biggest win of the Luke Fickell era. Winners of 3 straight, the Badgers host number 3 Penn State under the lights at Camp Randall, and what more could you ask for? And if you're the Badgers, not much so far. A funky 4th down conversion on a botched punt set up a first drive score for Wisconsin. Nathaniel Vakos makes the longest field goal in Badgers history from 50 yards out. The screen may not show it, but it is 3-0 early. Today was the 116th meeting between Whitewater and Platteville football, the longest standing series in the WIAC. This year's matchup is unique, though, in that this time around, unlike many years past, Platteville enters as the higher-ranked team. The George Christ Memorial Bowl always brings out the best in both sides. Pioneers trailing 3-0 in the second quarter, and Michael Preemy says bombs away right into the hands of Brant Stair, and who else? Those two have had such a great connection all year long. A 40-yard touchdown makes it Platteville 10-7. And then just before half, Jackson Chris said, "I've got the deep ball in my bag too." Brian Wilterdink brings in the 34-yard touchdown grab, giving Whitewater a lead that would hold until the fourth quarter. But the Pioneers come back and win it 17-10. It's their second win in the Two's last 3 meetings.